So family, here we are, day 3 of the Sister Space pledge to share for 16 days something about domestic abuse that will hopefully enlighten you and maybe save somebody, maybe open your eyes to what's going on around you, family, friends, siblings, somebody that you know may well be going through domestic abuse. And as part of the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls, Sister Space has taken the pledge to say, okay, what can we do? We can perhaps give some information. So yesterday and the day before, I did live posts. Today, this is going to be a YouTube post. So, I said that I was going to speak about the 5 F's. And the 5 F's are something we learned on our training to become domestic violence advisors, sexual violence advisors, which of course I am one. And a very well-known, very well-respected organisation that does a lot of the training for IDVAs and IDVAs spoke about the 5 F's. So here we are. There's a situation, somebody is about to be, has been violently attacked. It could be a sexual attack, it could be another type of physical attack. But the 5 F's talk about the common reactions. And many of us would think, if someone was attacking us, if someone was hurting us, if somebody came up to us, we know ourselves well enough to know, that can't work. I will deal with that. But they say who feels it knows it. And honestly, you have to be in that position to know how you're going to react. You will not know. Hopefully you will never have to find out, but you can't be for sure how you're going to react. So here's the 5 F's. And I'll start with freeze. Some people, when faced with imminent danger, literally freeze. They can't run, they can't talk, they can't do anything about it. They just literally freeze, and the perpetrator can then have more control because that person is, in effect, just become rooted to the spot with fear. So that's freeze. Then you have friend. Some people may try to use the tactic of being friendly, trying to talk the perpetrator out of what they're intending to do. It's a tactic that works for some people, it doesn't work for some, but it's what you may decide to do on the spur of the moment. As I said, you never know how you're going to react because we don't really go out expecting to be attacked. Well, most of us don't. Then you have flop. Now, flop is an interesting one. Sometimes it's the body's or the mind's way of keeping safe. If you become pliable, you may think that it will be minimal damage and minimal pain. So some people just become pliable. They flop and let what's going to happen. Or if they become passive, maybe the assault won't happen, or if it does happen, it won't be as painful, drawn out. These are theories. Then you have flight. You would think that somebody is going to attack you. So if you have the chance, you will run, you will flee, flight, get gone. It's not always an option. A, because there may not be anywhere to go. B, because your legs might decide to disobey you. C, because you might freeze or flop. So for those who can, they will escape, they run, they flee. And then some of us decide to fight. And I say some of us because I would be someone who assumes that, heaven forbid that should ever happen to me, that I see myself fighting, not going to let it happen. But I've learned enough to know that until you're in a situation, which again we hope that none of us ever get into, you don't know how you're going to react. But some people do fight. They will fight and they will fight and they will fight. They will fight the attacker. Sometimes it works and the attacker will give up, because most perpetrators are looking for an easy victim. They're not looking for no hard work. This is especially true of stranger attacks, like someone not known to you. So fighting might be an option, but fighting might also come with its own dangers, because it just could get the person more angry, and it might be that the damage is more. So, you know, in the little time that we have now, I can't really go into too much detail, but it's just something for you to think about. Those of us who, when you hear about someone being abused or attacked or something, for example, they say, but, you know, why did you get in the car with him? He had a knife, but, you know, you could have run away. As I said, when the body and the mind is trying to preserve itself, the brain will take over and will do what it thinks is necessary. So where you think you know what you will do, it's not always the case. So these are the 5 F's. So that's freeze, friend, flop, flight, and fight. Have I got that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. There's so much to think about when it comes to domestic abuse. There's so much that we think we know. I have learned so much, even as a professional, someone who's been involved in this for some years. I'm still finding out things that surprise me. So where we know a lot of people, you may be surprised to know that many of the people that you know, or at least some of them, have been subjected to some kind of abuse in their life, and they're just very good at hiding it, or they're not able to share it, or they fear judgment. And, you know, unfortunately, that is common. People will say, you know, she could have got away. There was a shopping centre full of people. Why didn't she call somebody? If you see your attacker, somebody that's attacked you before, and your brain just decides the safest thing for me to do is go and get it over with, you don't always think rationally. So I'm hoping that this little clip will at least get you thinking about how to keep yourself safe, and how not to assume anything. Okay, so this is me signing off day 3 of my 16-day pledge on behalf of Sister Space, to share something with you that hopefully will keep you and your loved ones safe during the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls, and for always. So, thanking you.